do think that that's where a player like Easton Cowan needs to step up in that, and show that he can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me be clear. I'm not saying I think Cowan will make the team or is a lock to be a top 6 player for the Leafs, but I do think that he'll be given an opportunity to prove himself at the very least in training camp. All right, cosign, no sign, Dave. Matthew Knies will score at least 75 points this season.
Sorry, say that one more time just so I make sure you heard it properly.
Matthew Knies will score at least 75 points this season. 75 or more points for Matthew Knies.
75 or more.
Yeah, he had 58 a year ago.
I think I co-sign that.
Yeah? That big of a jump, 58 to 75?
Well, you're trying to think about, I think he gets on the power play in some way, shape, or form. Like, you got Matthews, Nylander, Tavares as kind of your top 3 forwards. I think they might go 5 forwards again if they don't feel they have a defenseman to go on the. I think he'll be the net front guy. On the power play.
I think for sure he will be.
Yeah.
I think there's no question that he's going to be on PP1. He was very effective, being a net front guy, whether it was tipping pucks or it was pouncing on rebounds. Matthew Knies certainly proved that he can be an effective player on this power play. He'll be there regardless of if it's 5 forwards or 4 forwards. He's definitely one of the top 4 and will be there. I think that he gets there. I'm expecting a big third year bump out of Matthew Knies. Because not only will he be on the top power play, but now he's on the top line all season, right? Like last year, he I think he started on the 3rd line and then made his way up to the 2nd line and then the 1st line, and they dropped him around. He moved around a little bit. It took him a while to kind of get his footing, but right from the get-go, he's going to have all the confidence in the world. It's him and Austin, right? It's the desert line. And they want to get going right from day one. And I personally believe that Matthew Knies, he got the contract. He's going to be paid and put in positions to succeed. And I think this is going to be a big year. He really breaks out this year. 35, maybe 40 goals could be in the mix here. Could be in the cards for Matthew Knies. But I think a 75-point season is definitely doable for him. Yeah,
I do. And we talk. People keep saying, "Oh, how's Austin Matthews going to play better without Mitch Marner?" Playing with Matthew Knies, a guy that's going to, they've got the chemistry. They know how they both work together. And I do think that, with the contract signed, yes, there's higher expectations for Matthew Knies, but I don't think there's ever been a concern that he can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I think I really like what that potential that he can have. And 75 points, that might seem like a lot, but for a top line player of Matthew Knies' caliber, shouldn't, that's, I think, what should be the expectation is the 70 to 75 point mark, area for him.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, next one for you.
Next one for me. If Connor McDavid doesn't sign an extension before the start of the season, Edmonton Oilers fans should be worried.
Oh, cosign. Absolutely cosign. And Ryan Rishaug of TSN talked about his contract situation as of late, and he tweeted this. After taking some time to regroup after the season, McDavid and agent Judd Moldaver of Wasserman are working through what the options are and what the ask will look like. No firm timeline on this, and expect dialogue to continue. But so far, there hasn't been a back and forth with dollars in term to this point between the two sides. What the hell have you been doing all summer? If you're Edmonton, if you're Stan Bowman, how the heck do you get to August 27th and you don't have any, conversations about term or dollar with Connor McDavid? Now, I understand it's kind of just going to be a blank check, sign here type of thing, but still, you got to find out if this guy is committed to you long term or not, right? I'm shocked that this is the case. So yeah, the fact that there hasn't been any meaningful conversations with details of a contract leads me to believe that they're not particularly close to signing any type of contract here. Now, I don't think it'll be an overly difficult decision for Edmonton to pay Connor McDavid whatever the hell he wants, but it's still bizarre to me that we've gotten to this point and they haven't even talked figures. And I mean, you're getting to a point now where, you know, maybe Connor McDavid gets to training camp and gets into the season and decides maybe I'll play it out, see what it looks like over the course of the year before I commit myself to Edmonton. If things don't go well, I guess I can hit the free agency and check out what else is out there for me. So every day gets closer to him becoming a free agent in Edmonton. So yeah, I'd be very worried if he gets to training camp and there's no extension announced. Now, there could very well be an extension announcement on the opening day of camp, and it's just kind of tucked away and they haven't figured it out. But if we get to day 2 and there's no contract, or day 3 and there's no contract, every day after that there's no announcement, I'd be very worried if I am an Edmonton Oilers fan.
Yeah, it's just been everything that he said at the end of the year too. Like, he was very non-committal when you know, and I don't blame him per se. Like, I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea that one of the top players is even a possibility, right, to enter free agency. We haven't had that really. You know, we look at this past year's free agency. Who was the top free agent, right? Who was the top target? Wasn't it? I'm trying to think like who was the big deal that was signed, and there isn't that marquee name that has gone to free agency.
Steelers was really the one guy this year that turned out to be like, it was supposed to be star-studded, and then you know, Marner gets the sign and trade, and the Florida guys all re-sign, and Rantanen ends up getting re-signed in Dallas. So yeah, not many guys make it to market.
No.
And next year, there's a lot of big-time free agents who are available as of now, including McDavid, including Kaprizov, including Jack Eichel. But will they actually make it there? Usually they don't. Usually it gets worked out. Either
and like that, like I know, like,
or they sign.
Some players like McDavid sometimes are just comfortable with what they know, and if they've established roots like he has in Edmonton, I can understand that. But I think there's also that little inkling of, you know, he's done almost everything he can to put that team over the top, and it hasn't been enough, right? Yeah, I get it. They've been to the Cup final twice, and they've been close each time.
They made it to Game 7 of a Cup final. It's pretty good,
right? But sometimes it's just like, how much more can I really do before I have to think about maybe it's not me?
Well, I don't think it's him.
No,
I mean, but
I'm thinking of like how he's thinking of it, right? Like, it just gets to the point, it's like, oh, maybe I just have to, you know, find a better situation for myself to go and try to compete.
You might want to find another goal